In this video we're going to be looking at how to create an update query. Queries allow us to search through the database, and update queries allow us to update specific records in a database. In order to create an update query, we need to learn a few essential skills. One of the first skills we have to do is setting up the form in the correct way. Now this is a form which allows me to choose someone who's going to make a payment, say what products they have bought, and allow me to enter a quantity. The idea behind this is that it will save the payment but also update the stock, so it will basically keep track of how many have been sold. The stock is kept track of in the products table as a value called current stock. The principle behind this is that when I go to make a payment and make a purchase, it will subtract whatever number is in this quantity field from the current stock. In order to do this, I need to create a query first. So I'm going to go to Create and Query Design. I'm then going to choose the products table, and I'm going to add the product ID only. I'm going to run this so you can see it lists out the two products. I'm also going to add current stock. So this will list out the product ID and the current stock level. The next thing I need to do is only get the product which has been selected here. So in the initial case, I've got paper selected and I only want to use that product. So when I press run on this, it will only return me the paper, which is PA002. So how do we go about this? Well, first thing I need to do is go back to my form, go to Design View, click on the product combo box and see what I've called it. In this case, I've named it Product Select. If you remember, in all the videos, I have advised you to name your field elements very carefully, and here is the reason why. I'm going to make use of Product Select, this name, in my query. So I'm going to go back to the query, and I'm then going to enter it into the criteria. But what I want to do is to pull the product ID from the form and use it in this query. So the first thing I need to do is type in the keyword forms, and that's done in square brackets. There's a special symbol in Access, which is exclamation mark, which gives me access to the next part of it. So my form is called Payment, so I'm going to double click on Payments, exclamation mark again, and I'm going to choose the Product Select. I'm going to run this, and what you should see is it only returns one value. If I go back to the payment and choose pencil and run it again, what should happen is I get the other one. Okay, so this allows me to do a normal query using a value from a form. That notation, forms followed by an exclamation mark, the form name, exclamation mark followed by a field name, allows me to pull anything from any form I wish to in a query. Now I don't actually want to just do a search, I want to change it, I want to update it. Up at the top you see there's a number of different queries you can do. The one we're going to go for is updates. When you click on updates, the design part changes. The criteria, which is still the selection, which allows me to search, remains the same. However, it then says update to. Now what we want to do is to update the current stock to take the quantity from this page, let's say that's 40, and subtract it from the current stock, which in this case is 95. We'll do paper just to try it out. The first thing I'm going to type in is current stock, because I want to take the current stock and then I want to subtract it from the quantity. Now in order to access that quantity, I need to use the same trick as we used with form, i.e. access the forms. So I type in forms, exclamation mark, the name of the form, which is payment, exclamation mark, the name of the field, which in this case is quantity box. I then go to design view and click on run, and you get this message up saying, would you like to update one row? What this means is it's about to change one row in the database. I click on yes because I do, and as you can see, it has reduced the value. This is all you need to know about update queries. The first part is the selection, what record you want to update. You have to select something, because otherwise it will update every single record in your database. And then you have to say what you're going to change to. In this case, I'm doing a very simple calculation where I take the current stock and subtract the amount entered onto this form. The key thing to pull away from this is how to access values from forms.